Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's GeneralTarheel bringing you the PMU-D League Season 2 a Week 5 battle versus Coach Hendo and the Motor City Meganiums. Coming into Week 5, we are still undefeated at 4-0 after defeating Steven in a nice 6-0 sweep last week, and hoping to continue it against Hendo. Hendo does have an interesting roster that my team kind of struggles with to a point, but at the same time, there was one star that would rise above all. As for Hendo's roster, it consists of Victini, which is a Zmon user, Rotom Wash, Delmise, Curum, which is his other Z user, Hitmontop, Avalugg, Mega Pidgeot, Tapu Fini, Bisharp, Espeon, and Haunter. Now, just looking at the roster, Mega Charizard X doesn't do too much damage just because of the Rotom Wash and the Tapu Fini in the back. And, if I can't get a DD up, then Mega Pidgeot's get outspeed and get off a massive Hurricane. There's Sucker Punch Bisharp. He's got Intimidate user and Hitmontop. There's so many things where it's like Mega Charizard X is a no-no. But, so I can't run it like that. And, Mega Pidgeot is kind of a threat because those, Hurricanes that always hit are pretty dang hard. Because even though, I have Sunny Dun, or, Drought Torkoal, so, normal Hurricanes would be 50% at that point, but no, it's always get a land for Mega Pidgeot. And then I hate Tapu Fini because I love spreading status with teams, but I can't do that here. And then he's just got a lot of Assault Vest users and stuff like that. And he's got pretty good offensive Victini and Curum and Bisharp and the Mega Pidge, like I mentioned. But as for my team build, I'm going to start off with the star, which is all the way at the right. Oh, my voice crack. Deep voice. All the way at the right, we got Victreebel. This is what I saw when I looked at his team. He has 0 switch-ins after a +2 growth. The only thing that can live for my +2 growth with the set I have is, just really bulky stuff, it's just about impossible. I had, Life Orb Chlorophyll with Growth, Weather Ball, Sludge Bomb, and Giga Drain, because if you didn't know, Growth gives you +2 in the sun. Special attack and attack. Literally 252 special attack and 252 speed. Very basic, but it's because, 252 Timid allowed me to outspeed Scarf Espeon by 1 point, so I needed to do it. And the 252 special attack actually mattered in certain roles on Pokemon. It gave me a for sure 2-hit KO on the Victini with Sludge Bomb without being +2. And if I was +2, it was a for sure KO. So it was just small things that I felt like I needed to run. And then we have its support with Torkoal with the Heat Rock with Drought, Rapid Spin, Solar Beam, Explosion, Earth Power. Basically, Drought with Heat Rock gives you 8 turns of Sunny Day. So, send in Torkoal, go for Explosion. I'm down to 7. I hit Growth. Then I have 6 turns. He has 6 Pokemon. Victreebel wins. That's how I was looking at this match. Because the only thing that stopped Victreebel from sweeping was an AV Hitmonchan. This is after I get +2. After I get +2, the only thing that can stop me is an AV Hitmonchan and Sucker Punch Bisharp. So. And then next up we have the Mega Charizard X. This had Roost, Earthquake, Sunny Day, Thunder Punch. This was a defensive set with enough speed to take on max speed Bisharp and stuff like that. This was mainly just to be an answer to Victini as well as the Bisharp, and I can take a decent hit from Mega Pidge if I really needed to. That's not the point here. No Fire Stab in Sunny Day, which is really dumb, but at the same time I gave myself necessary coverage for the things I needed to check. So wasn't really worried about the Fini too much. And next up we have the Crocodile Crooked. This is Ground Z with Intimidate. Almost a max attack with just enough speed for his team. And then I have Knockoff, Smackdown, Stealth Rock, Earthquake. Basically this put in a lot of work if you didn't bring him on top. And Earthquake into Ground Z would kill Tapu Fini. And then Smackdown into Earthquake would kill the Rotom Wash. So thought process behind that. And then my last 2 mons were good defensive bulk, but at the same time bait for the Bisharp. I had the Florges. This was basically max defense with a little Spadef just to take Hurricanes a little bit better. With the Babiri Berry, this was Wish Protect, Moonblast, Hidden Power Fighting. Even though Moonblast is a lot to Bisharp, it does not confirm a 1-hit KO. So I want to run the Babiri Berry Hidden Power Fighting in order to knock out the Bisharp, because once again, that's the only thing that stopped Victreebel from actually sweeping if I got rid of everything. And then next up is Jellicent, Culver Berry with Water Absorb. This was basically max defense with a little bit of special attack. Energy Ball, Recover, Shadow Ball, and Hidden Power Fighting. Once again, Hidden Power Fighting to for sure KO the Bisharp. Energy Ball allows me to hit Fini. which in hindsight I probably shouldn't have brought, but I mean, it also checked Rotom Wash, which was helpful actually, so never mind. And then Shadow Ball allows me to hit like the Delmise, the Victini, stuff like that. Fortunately, I do not have Scald, but since I am bringing Sunny Day, it's not like Scald would actually benefit me too much, considering it wouldn't be doing that much damage, and because of the Mystery Terrain, I wouldn't really be getting burns off on anything, so thought process behind that. Starting off the battle, I really just wanted to lead Jellicent because it, of course, takes a hit from anything. And if for some reason he leads Bisharp, then I get a go ahead and get rid of that thing out of the way. I was really scared of the Mega Pidgeot going into the battle. That was a for sure because it just hits so hard, and it's pretty annoying in all honesty. And of course, Hendo does decide to lead with the Pidgeot, as I do lead my Jellicent. Now, I should have EV'd this Jellicent better. I mainly did it just to take on like the other things on his team. I should have put Spadef so I didn't get 2-shot by Hurricane, and I kind of was. It was a roll. So I really just wanted to switch in the Florges, even though I knew there was a chance he could get a U-turn here, to scout for what my check was to the Mega Pidgeot. He opts, of course, just to stay in. He does not click Hurricane. He does just opt to click the U-turn and try to gain momentum. I was really hoping right here that he would just go ahead and go right into the Bisharp. But that doesn't happen. As he U-turns here, he's just going to swap out, and he is going to send out the Tapu Fini. Which I'm like, okay, wondering why you're bringing out a Fini. You're just boosting my Moonblast here. And I beat you 1v1 because I have Wish support, and the most you can have is Leftovers. So I was really confused about this play in all honesty. The only exception is if he was Calm Mind Tapu Fini, but he didn't show it. This was for the Moonblast, does a lot of damage. Showing he was actually offensive, or a little offensive. Of course, it was a crit, I know that. But he did have some offensive investment, I believe, the special attack. We fire back a Moonblast, and we get a crit right back, so that was the weirdest turn known to man. But as he's going to switch out Fini here, not showing Leftovers, which is interesting. I'm just going to throw off the Swish. Got nothing to lose by doing it. And as we get the Wish, he does decide to swap out into the Victini. And of course, I'm just clicking Protect him 1,000,000%, going in to see what this Victini's going to go for, and he just swaps out, going into the Pidgeot. So I'm like, okay, I eat Hurricanes from this thing all day, and this allows me just to get off a Misty Terrain boosted Moonblast on this thing, so I'm like, hell yeah. But, so he just goes for the Hurricane, and that's going to do like 30%, I believe. Probably around 35. As I go for the Moonblast, and showing he's got some HP investment into this Mega Pidgeot, or at least some Spadef, considering that only did around 25-30, more like 30%. And he does opt to go for the U-turn, as once again, I wish his Florges just takes on his entire team. It's ridiculous. Once again, I'm like, please just go into the Bisharp so we can speed up the process of this game. But he goes Delmise, I'm like, eh. But at least I know this thing's AV now, so I know I have to get some chip off of it. Otherwise, I cannot one-shot it from a non-boosted Weather Ball from my Victreebel. As he goes for the Shadow Claw, I'm just gonna, get my Wish Protect, so it's all good. So I can come in on the Mega Pidgeot whenever I feel like it. And I'm gonna make a switch here because I do not want to take a Power Whip if that's what he's gonna go for. So I'm gonna go right into Torkoal, as a defensive Torkoal can take this on pretty darn well. And we're gonna set up a Drought. I really don't want to throw out the Drought too soon, but at the same time, this was my best switch into this. I think it was for a Gyro Ball, which is interesting tech. I felt like Heavy Slam or maybe the Anchor Shot would have been better, but Gyro Ball's still cool. And he opts to go into the Hitmontop here. This is when I was wishing I had Stumped Rocks on my Torkoal, which I didn't. So I opted to make a double into my Quirk, hoping he would go into Fini here, but he did opt to go Hitmontop, assuming I did have Stealth Rocks on Torkoal, so that was a good play on his part, actually. I wasn't thinking about that. And I would really want to stay in here, because Close Combat's not going to take me out. I can scout any damage on this Hitmontop. As he goes for the Fake Out, he's showing he's offensive, but I know he's not Technician. So this has me to believe he's HP offensive Assault Vest. So I wanted to scout that for a little bit. And as he goes for the Mach Punch here, so that's me checking for a few things. If he stays in here and goes for Toxic, then... Actually, no, he would never stay in. But I mean, that's basically what I was scouting for. Like, I need to get chip on this thing in order to see if it's Leftovers or if it's Assault Vest. So. But we're going to get Moonblast, and right here we do confirm that this Delmise is AV, but that is just enough chip in order for Victreebel to get the kill, if he's a standard AV set. as we just go hard crook here, expecting the possible Earthquake or Rock Slide for the coverage for Torkoal, considering he should have that coverage for Mega Charizard. He just goes for the Shadow Claw, so either way it worked. I knew he wasn't going to go for Power Whip, so it was all good. And right now he has no knockoff switch-ins, and if he goes into the Hitmontop, which he does, we get rid of the AV, and Victreebel is set up for success right now. If I can just get the proper growth off on something. As we go for the knock, and that will get rid of his Assault Vest. And I really could have made a different play here, but I opted to go into my Jellicent. Jellicent was the best counter to this thing since I knew it was Assault Vest. He wasn't going to have Toxic. This thing literally can't touch me. He can't even have Foresight on it. It's probably Fake Out Mach Punch and then Close Combat, and then he does confirm a Rock Slide later, which I was expecting Rock Slide or Earthquake in order for the Mega Charizard. As he goes into the Feeny here, I was simply just going to click Shadow Ball, getting off any damage. This is where I was wishing I had Scald, because this does allow Mega Pidgeot to come in freely. It was a crit Shadow Ball, so we crit this Feeny twice, which kind of sucks on his part, but except for the floor just crit, like, that mattered. Like, that was fair, because he crit me too. But he goes into Pidge here, and I just go for the Energy Ball. Just in case he did make the swap, I could still get damage off, and it does, of course, get the confirmed kill on Finny. I'm going to swap here and go into floor just because it's max HP. It still doesn't switch into this, max. It still doesn't switch into this Mega Pidgeot, as he does go for the Hurricane. Once again, doing around 35%. I can do it for days. Gonna go for the Wish here, hoping he does stay in for the Hurricane, because he's hoping for like confusion to a hit, or I overpredict and not go for a Wish. 1,000,000% of the time I go for a Wish on this thing. I never want to be able to be 2-hit KO'd or anything like that. As he switches out here, he will go into his Delmise, which scares me out, of course, because a Power will KO me. A Gyro Ball, I doesn't believe KO me, but it does a decent amount of damage, because Delmise and or just aren't that far in speed tiering. Of course, he's probably minus speed nature, but I'm just gonna switch out into my Charizard here, knowing he's probably gonna go for the Power Whip this time for the crook. I played around this Delmise so well, and it honestly worked out pretty nicely for me. So this allows me to get my Mega off with Charizard very freely. As he goes into the Hitmontop top. Does get off the Intimidate. Oh my gosh, go away everything. And I really hope that didn't pop up things, but notifications from everywhere. Mega Charizard, we just could evolve and want to get up to Sunny Day. And once again, if I can get that Victreebel going, you know it's a thing. Of course, this is not the term, so like it would be for Torkoal, but if I can get Victreebel going, that's all that matters. And we're just going to swap right into the crook, because he should just be going for whatever, and if he wants to go for a close combat, skill doesn't kill me. And I want to make the play that I should have went for earlier, which is my Ground Z, because now that I know he's an HP attack set from confirming damage with like Fake Out and such, this Ground Z 1,000,000% kills, because I'm not a negative attack nature, even though he has Intimidate. He just went HP and attack first, him on top of it, so that benefits me. Might have had a little defense. If he had a little defense, this could have been a roll, but Ground Z did confirm kill if he was only HP and no defense here, so went for the Tectonic Rage. Because I'll live in close combat anyways if this doesn't kill, so it's whatever. And we just throw that Hitmontop into the ground. Really like my Ground Z, and that does confirm a kill on the Hitmontop, which is very nice. Which is actually the first kill of the match, and this took forever. I was really hating this battle, because I'm used to fast-paced battles. Because I play really offensively, and then I get a lot of kills. But this allows Mega Pidgeot in, and I don't want to risk the floor just at this point, because there's a possibility I do not take 2 Hurricanes from where I'm at. But now I get to freely go into my Victreebel. And I'm just going to click Weather Ball here, because it actually does the most possible damage to anything. This goes into Bisharp, because it counters both my stabs, like why wouldn't he? And it dies to Weather Ball, it's perfect. Everyone forgets about the plant, so we destroy this Bisharp. It's obliterated. Got burned. That metal is gone, it's dead. And, you know, sorry, just really happy for my plant. I grew it so well. As he goes into the Victreebel, we're gonna switch out my boy Victreebel, and we are gonna go hard into Torkoal. Because what did I say? What did I say? That Bisharp is gone. It is donezo. Victreebel wins. As he goes for the Fusion Ball here, I am like, awesome. He predicted Jealous, and that did not happen. This Torkoal is a much better switch into Victreebel. Can't do anything unless it's an EQ set, and even then it's hardly doing half. Because he probably Twist Scarf, which is not the best ever Victreebel personally. But he decides to switch out into Tapu Fini, and I'm like, I'm gonna click my Boom Boom. It is unfortunate though that he goes Tapu Fini here, because no matter what, he can really set up on anything he switches in, because he would most likely send in something that is a counter to the Victreebel. I'm like, sun is up, we're both down, we have to make a mutual send out Mon here, so I'm like, he's probably going Victini. It's the only thing that was a hit from Victreebel, and he goes Pidgeot. I'm like, what? This is the only reason I went into my Jellicent, was that he should have went Victini here. Victreebel claimed a kill if I actually went into it here. So in my opinion, that was a really poor play on his part. But I mean, he gets off the Hurricanes, and they don't really want to sack anything else. Jellicent was kind of pointless at this. So like, whatever. So, but I just really go into Victreebel here. I'm like, well, what's up, dude? Give me a kill. And I guess, I don't know what he was calcing or something, because he assumed I was modest. He did, I mean, he was Scarf, so if I was modest, he did outspeed me. But I was running Timid. He couldn't really check the calcs on that, considering all I got damage off of Bisharp, and it 1,000,000% kill no matter what, so. We get a Sludge Bomb, so we 2-hit KO this Victini, so. Victreebel just cleans up at this point. That's why it was like a misplay and stuff. But, you know, Victreebel's just gonna grab its kills. It's at 2 right now. I'm like, yes. Just go into the Pidgeot, and he goes into the Pidgeot. I'm like, yes. I'm clicking Weather Ball because it has a higher roll than Sludge Bomb, which is weird. In my opinion, Weather Ball just does so much damage. Like when you actually have like Weather Up, of course. Which I guess, I mean, it makes sense, but it's a thing. So it picks up 3 kills, and we should get this kill on Delmise. And then Victreebel will pick up 4 kills with a nice sweep, and I'm getting like sweeps every week in this league, and that'd be amazing. We throw off this Weather Ball, his health goes down, and he lives on like 6. He must have had a slight bit of like Spadef, or I don't like, I was pretty sure this was a confirmed kill on my calc, so I mean, I have no clue. But he does just go for the Heavy Slam, having Gyro Ball and Heavy Slam, which is pretty interesting. But it's whatever, I can just go into Charizard and claim the kill here. Unfortunately, we're only getting to the 2-0 and not the 3-0 that I thought I was going to get. But either way, it is still a win, and it is still an undefeated streak that we have going on here. Because as we defeat Coach Hendo here in the Motor City Meganiums, we are now 5-0 with a plus 20 differential, averaging a 4-0 win every game, which is very nice. And I'm actually rocking this D League, and I'm loving the team so far. And as for next week, we will be taking on the Polish Elf and the Soviet Slow Kings. Normally, I have problems against the Polish Elf, so I'm not looking forward to it. And he's got a really bulky team, like Fortress, Latios, and Suicune. And my offense is like, we'll see how that goes. But that'll be it for this week. Make sure to check out the Battle vs. Polish next week, as well as my AP Wi-Fi vids. Sub, like, share, deuces.